I signed for them after the Euros, and after my first day's training, I was driving home. I was actually thinking, regretting it. What have I done? Like I walked into a circus.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, deal or no deal. First, we want your thoughts on some running Spurs stories, Stephen. Christian Eriksen could be on the way to Inter for 20 million before his contract expires. Manchester United also linked with the Dane. Was it a mistake in retrospect to keep him last summer and not cash in? And can Spurs do without him?
I think it's shown this season that they can't really do without him because how poorly they performed, but they're going to have to, so deal with it. I think they should have sold him sooner, so they would have got more money from him. It was a bad decision not to try and cash in on him and get as much as you possibly could, because if a player is that adamant that they're going and you can't change their mind, then you got to just take the money. Yeah.
So if you're him, though, you sit it out now for
him, yeah, you sit out, yeah. There's no point. Like, you know, and I'm sure his boys are going to be telling him, listen, you're probably, whatever that fee they're going to pay for you, you're going to get in your bank balance yourself, so don't worry about it.
Sit tight. Yeah. On Monday, we brought everybody the news that Manchester United and Man City are reported to be interested in Harry Winks, who's been a bit part player so far under Mourinho. The Athletic say that Winks has been left in the dark regarding Jose's plans for him. Just how good is he, and will Spurs miss him?
Yeah, like I said, I think he's very good. I like the way he plays. I like his intensity. I like the way he gets on the ball. He's young as well, so he's got a lot more about him. A lot more to come, and you know, I think there'd be a big loss if Tottenham were to lose him. But he hasn't played really under Mourinho, so he doesn't seem like he's in his pants.
Spurs fans are going to feel like him the way Chelsea fans feel about Mo Salah and Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah.
We should have those guys. The way Villa fans feel about Adama Traore. We're hearing Troy Parrott is locked in talks to sign a major new deal with Spurs amid chatter of interest from the likes of Bayern Munich and Borussia Dortmund. Here's a reminder of Jose's comments about the 17 going an 18-year-old last week. Next step is for him to sign a new contract in the long term, because at this club we care about our young players. At the age of 17, I don't think it's good to go on loan to the Championship or another country. At 17, you're a baby. You need to be with your father club. Minutes will arrive, but step by step, not in a situation where you are straight away the replacement for Kane. What's best for Troy Parrott? Should he be concerned about a lack of playing time this season as he sits between the reserves and matchday first team squads?
It is very difficult, because he's going to want to stay there as to be as close to the manager, so he's seen him week in, week out, so he can prove to him. But if you're like the weekend, he wasn't first choice replacement for Kane, and we know that's not the case. You know that the manager are probably going to play Son or more right ahead of him, and then if they're looking to bring in another striker as well, then how far down the pecking order do you go? At 17, I don't think his age is really relevant because of the physical attributes he has and the type of player he is. I think that's null and void because of the type of player he is and the way he's shown he can play kind of men's football. So for me, game time is going to be really important for his development.
If Borussia Dortmund are interested in you, you're obviously within your rights to go, can I play? Am I going to get some first team action?
Yeah.
Like, how close to the first team am I here? They've obviously just signed Haaland, so not that close. But a year, 2 years at Dortmund has done the world of good for countless careers in football over the last 2 decades. Yeah. It's not the worst idea to think about it, is it?
No, it's absolutely not. And to go over there and play Champions League football probably, and you know, it's a different style of football, and you're learning from different ways. But you know, everybody that's gone there, a lot of players have gone there. Look at Sancho, like he's talked about being a 120 million player now. You know, so
should his agent not be kind of like bringing up Bundesliga teams? Like, I mean, is Bayern Munich and Dortmund just like, because they're playing Champions League football, it's just a little bit out of reach at the moment to actually get meaningful minutes. As you mentioned, they can bring the checkbook out and sign the top scorer in the Champions League. So perhaps to look at, should he not be picking up the phone to Hertha Berlin, to Jurgen Klinsmann and saying, listen, would you take our young Irish boy under your wing, or somebody lower down Bundesliga? Because it's not going to harm him really, because he seems like a confident guy who's not going to be...
You don't want to go to a basket case club either, though.
No. I think for him, just going somewhere and playing regular football is all that matters, really. It does... you know, obviously the level is going to be very important, and if you can get Champions League to him, that's amazing. But you know, even if there was a decent top-end Championship team that was pushing for promotion, like for him to go and experience that level of football, like the intensity of it, you know, you get used to playing matches week in, week out.
That's the
develop.
thing. He's not even playing under 23 at the minute because he's too good for it. So that was what Keith Andrews was talking about during the week as well. Wilfried Zaha being linked with Spurs, and he's going to go for a massive fee when he leaves Crystal Palace. Does this sound like paper talk? Could you see that deal happening?
I'm not sure, like, if that's really what Tottenham will do, really. Like, don't get me wrong, I think he definitely improved them. He's a very good player, and he's a player that you can, if things aren't going wrong, you can give him the ball, and you know that he makes things happen. He's been absolutely pivotal in Crystal Palace and how well they've done. And would he improve Tottenham? Yeah, he definitely would. He's a fantastic footballer. Will Tottenham go out of their way to spend so much money on him? Probably not.
Yeah.
Like Bayern Munich were in for him for a potential loan move, which I believe reports over the last couple of days as well for Wilfried Zaha. Like, have people as the Zaha boat not sailed? Like, was last summer not like the time to get him? Like, is there not a case where there's a guy who clearly doesn't want to be at the club? His enthusiasm. Okay, maybe that's a bit strong. That he clearly doesn't want to be at the club because he stuck by them and he played really well last season, for example. Like 3 goals, I think this season. It's not the worst return in the world, but like surely his enthusiasm is going to start waning, and as a result, his the actual value he would have for his next club, really.
Well, that's just the point we were making with Christian Eriksen. Do people still feel he can get the Wilfried Zaha that's capable? And the thing is, he's younger. He's probably got a bit more.
He's got age on his side, no question about that.
So I think people won't be worried about that.
Are Spurs going to qualify for the Champions League? Mourinho's saying he's not going to sign anybody even after Moussa Sissoko's injury.
I was very optimistic that they were going to qualify for the Champions League, and now I'm like, oh, I don't know.
6 points off Chelsea and loads of games left.
I think the Chelsea game was huge. When they lost to them, I just felt like, it was an opportunity. And I know Lampard set the team up very well and stifled them, but Tottenham didn't have any answers. They can do it. They're definitely capable of doing it.
A Spurs-related question, but it's actually a Man United question. Should Manchester United just now sack Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and bring in Pochettino before somebody else gets him?
Probably.
This will be the 3rd time this happened.
Yeah.
They didn't get Pep when they should have. Didn't even try and get Klopp when they should have. Now Pochettino's out there, you're like, come on.
Just for his, like I said, he's still not won anything, and for Pochettino going into Manchester United, the expectancy level for him to win something is going to be extremely high. So for him as a manager, I think getting a job that would almost guarantee him a trophy would be better for him. Just for him to get that off his back and be like, right now I'm a proven winner. Now I can go and show you that I can just go and win trophies. But he was going to turn down Manchester United to come calling, and I think if they don't take the opportunity and take him now, there will be other offers on the table for him. I'm sure he's had offers already.
On a point of information, just back to your Zaha take, comparing him to Eriksen, go through with this, follow it through, don't even let the age thing get you down. Like, I mean, the 27 club has been something that's featured quite a bit in this transfer market. Well. Jesse Lingard, Christian Eriksen, Wilfried Zaha, all 27 years old.
Right? I thought he was 20.
Who would have thought that? Like that?
I thought Zaha was younger.
Been around for a while, I guess. Yeah. Right.
Good take.
Yeah.
The Mail say that former Juve boss Allegri is sitting on the sidelines in the hope of landing the Manchester United job, so we're going to monitor that one. Let's move on. Samuel Umtiti, El Desmarque in Spain, report that Spurs, Arsenal and Manchester United are trying to sign the centre-back Samuel Umtiti, 26, from Barcelona. What impact would he make in the Premier League? Is he good enough?
Yeah, I think he's a good player. I think for France, he's done very well for them, hasn't he? You watch the games and he's got pace, which we just spoke about, which is extremely important. Consistency levels, sometimes you're a little bit...
Yeah, but he's played a lot of games.
He's played loads of games, yeah. And, you know, to say that he couldn't come in and improve one of those teams or be better than what they already have, I'd say definitely, because at the moment, a lot of the top 4 teams defensively, they're struggling, aren't they, with their centre-backs and the players that they would need to rely on and build a team around. And, you know, at his age, you could definitely come in and do a job.
Exactly, and at 26, you would hope, I was just about to say, that over the next 3 or 4 years, there's a guile that comes with the experience of playing centre-back, that he actually just gets a bit better. How good is Ashley Young at this stage of his career? He's 34. We brought the news yesterday that he could be on his way to Inter. Inter willing to spend some money, get him out.
Yeah, I'm not sure he poses much of a benefit to Manchester United anymore. I think he's there, and what position will he play? I know he often plays left back for them, and you know he's used sporadically throughout the season in different places. He's still a talented footballer. I think he gets a lot of flack based on what really, you know, I mean, when I played against Ashley and he was an out and out left winger, he was a difficult player to play against, like, because he would go both ways, left foot, right foot, and he put in a very good delivery of the ball. So, but that's changed for him now, and since he's been turned into a left back, his role in the club and the football changed. And I don't think he's as good a left back as what's out there. So for him, probably time to move on. We
were kind of floating the idea yesterday with Phil that potentially he has kind of a Chris Smalling sort of bump if he goes to Italy. Could you see that happening?
Yeah, I think I absolutely, yeah. Get like an Indian summer, just kind of come along and have a... I think Chris Smalling left Manchester United, and because it's been so dour and downtrodden there, you can't help but be lifted unless you go into a club that's equally as bad and, you know, negative surrounding you, which I don't think it would be the case if he goes to Italy. And getting away from, you know, the bubble that is Manchester, it's only going to benefit him mentally, I would have thought.
We talked about Jack Grealish a little bit earlier on, but Neil Warnock has been singing his praises over in TalkSport. I think he's a horrible little so-and-so when you're playing against him, because you know as soon as somebody breathes on him, he's going to go down. Shut up, Neil. But his ability is fantastic. If Villa go down, I think he's good enough to be a Man United player. He is that kind of player. Like how Cantona played for Man United, I think he would strut his business there. Would it be a mistake for Jack Grealish to go to Manchester United in the summer?
It's so weird how the way we're talking about Manchester United now is like any young potential player that's decent, is it a risk going to Manchester United? It's a crazy conversation to be having, isn't it? You're thinking like many years ago was that like every player be biting your hand off, like, and people are trying to say staying at Aston Villa or staying at Leicester is also a better option going to Manchester United. I still don't think it is a better option than going to Manchester United, realistically. Like, it's still one of the biggest clubs in the world. Arguably, they're not performing well, but you would feel with their finances and with what they have.
Look, it's a money thing. It is a money thing. They could double his. Villa could make him their highest paid player, and Man United could double it, and he still wouldn't be their biggest paid player.
But Villa don't have the potential to go in and buy enough players to win the league. Manchester United do.
The only thing is, when was the last time somebody signed for Man United and everybody went, you're doing really well there now. Yeah. You've improved as a footballer. You're a better, we rate you, maybe Daniel James?
Daniel James is the only one I think that you've said has gone there, and it's only because people didn't expect him to play.
Martial?
He started
there a long time now.
Yeah.
Like on that Grealish point from Warnock, okay, like he perhaps goes over easy a little bit more, but like I don't know, is that like a bit lazy a way to kind of talk about Grealish? Is the first thing that comes to mind. Like, he's captain of the club at 24. He's playing like a man who's been around for way longer than his years would suggest. Like, it's baffling, as we've already kind of mentioned, that he hasn't played for England already at this point. Like, I think Jack Grealish's hallmark is his maturity and his steel and his grit, and that's what he brings, rather than flimsy breathing him and he goes down.
Yeah, and I think how his mentality has got so much stronger, and he's become such more a mature player in the last few years, and like I said, no more evident than Dean Smith of the armband, and he really has taken that on too much at times, I think, because like I said, I don't like him dropping deep. I prefer him staying high up the pitch because it's where he's more effective. But you know, when you're Jack Grealish, every time you get the ball, if you're Aston Villa's biggest threat, every time you get the ball, someone's going to try and tackle you or kick you or pull you down. So let's face it, you're going to be under pressure by everybody because you're the only one they're going to try and stop from playing.
Be good at Spurs?
He would be excellent at Spurs. I felt last year
they were linked with him, weren't they?
And I felt, because Tottenham are always good at getting younger players, and I thought that would be an amazing one for him.
Yeah, all right, last one, a quick update from Germany. We talked about Mario Gotze to Liverpool rumours yesterday. We gave them a low legitimacy rating. However, Mario Gotze does not agree. He's been speaking with DAZN. He says, I'm still in touch with Jurgen. He taught me everything about professional football. He let me play. I often speak to Klopp. We never stop talking. He knows me very well, and I am always looking for new challenges. Mario Gotze issues come and get me plea.
Yeah, I think it's done that buttering Klopp up just to try and, he said, mate of mine, come and add me to something. Don't get me wrong, I think when he came onto the scene, he was fantastic footballer, but it's gone downhill since. He's had a lot of bad injuries, and he's just not been able to achieve the levels you would have expected. Will he go to Liverpool? I'm not sure what I can see that happening.
It's not your typical Liverpool signing. It's not maybe it is. It's free, right? Yeah, so you pay his salary, you give him a 2-year deal, and if he's any good, you renew it. It's
interesting that they're on the phone to each other quite a bit. Like, I wonder, is he thinking about his football philosophy when he's talking to Jurgen Klopp? A potential future disciple, future assistant, coach?
Yeah, possibly. Like I said, I think some managers, they do, if they've had a player from a younger age, which Klopp had him at Dortmund, he probably sees him as being his mentor, and that's the person he relies on, and would go to for information stuff.
It would be a big ego trip for Klopp to get him back to the level that he was at when he was 19, 20, 21 as well.
Oh yeah, so. As a little side project for Klopp, just to see what he can, if he's capable of getting a single. Yeah, that could be interesting.
Yeah, all right, Stephen, good stuff. Thanks a million for joining us this morning.